Hi there. Dog, stop it. That's just me talking to my dog. Sometimes I just call him Dog, but his name's actually Bobby. But I just want to do a video, and as you can see, I'm always taking pictures of this computer that I bought. This was an early birthday present I bought to myself, and I love it, you know. And I never actually, I don't think I had an actual desktop computer since I was very young, since I think the days of Windows 2000, and it was really a family computer. And basically I just thought I would get an Apple Mac, because I've had iPads before, and I thought, I wonder what the actual Apple iMacs are like. And so, you know, I bought an older one, but it's really good. But this picture here is kind of like what I talk about in the simulation. If you know, that reality to me is like when you're looking at a computer screen, you're typing in stuff and something comes up on the screen. And I think that's what we're doing every day. I think every thought and feeling and action is manifesting the next reality situation. And it's a computer that we're basically typing into a computer by every action and thought and feeling, and that's manifesting the reality. And it's all holographic and energetic. You know, that's basically how I see it. And obviously, you know, this information about simulation, obviously I had this big unexpected spiritual awakening, and one thing led to another, and I didn't really know what I was perceiving. I didn't know anything about this thing. My mum was a psychic and medium, and she'd done many other things, but she didn't know what this was, you know. And so I basically was a bit lost. I knew I was going through something spiritual, but I didn't know it was called an awakening, and I had to go on YouTube and the internet and find out people that maybe had similar experiences. And then I found it was called a spiritual awakening, when you wake up to your true self and you start receiving relentless knowledge, which anyone can do. All the awakening is basically you're choosing to stop denying that everything's a reflection, because most people are in denial that everything's one, you see. It's not that they don't believe it, it's that they don't want to believe it. They don't want to take responsibility for their own faults. And that's all awakening is, really. You're just taking responsibility for who you are, and you're paying attention to your feelings, and you're healing that way. Most people just want to run from what they feel. And so you're paying attention to that. And obviously, you know, finding out on the internet, I found out that what I was experiencing, and also the different names for different things I'm perceiving. You know, if I didn't know, for example, about a simulation theory, I probably think I was going mad, thinking that everything's a computer. You know, so it's good that these things exist. I'm just thankful that I don't know how I would have dealt with it. Well, actually, I would have dealt with it pretty well, I think, because what this awakening has shown me is that basically awakening shows you, basically it helps you deal with every situation in the most calmest way. Because how you're doing that is by you're going by your feelings. When you're going by your true feelings, everything is easier. When you're going by your head and trying to be smart, it's not so easy. And so it could be anything, and I get information that is really crazy. I get information that I don't even say, and I keep it to myself, and don't even tell anyone, even on the internet, because I know they wouldn't understand. There's a lot of things I keep to myself, but I don't go crazy with it. And that's because I realize that everything is just an illusion anyway. That's why you're not going to go crazy. This is why when you wake up, you don't go mad with it, because you realize everything is just your imagination. Reality is just its own imagination running away with itself. and and that's what it is. It's ran away with its own imagination, and that's all everything is. If you think of it, everything you're seeing and experiencing is to do with your mind, your imagination. It's all imagination. And as it's a collective imagination, right? It's all one, right? Everything's connected. If you look around, you'll see everything's connected, stuck to each other. It's all one infinity, or one simulation, one reality. Everything's oneness. Then that's why it's a collective. That's why the camera picks up the same image that you're seeing, because it's the same imagination. You see? Like if you look around, you'll see everything's connected. Like I'm talking about here, the simulation reality. That it's all connected to each other. A table is connected to the carpet. It's all stuck to each other. All stuck to each other. Right? As if there's something, as if a movie is being played, and you're just in the movie. You're just in the projection. And the projector is actually your consciousness, right? And everything is that, just consciousness. And if you think about it, there's no such thing as two. I've got no doubt in my mind, and I found this out on the internet also, that this is in Buddhism also, but that they speak about that everything's a dream. And this is one of the first things I was perceiving in the awakening, was that nothing, that this is nothing. That was one of the first things, and that this is a dream. And I'm very grateful that there's other people that say it too. But I'm not religious. I don't believe in religion. I believe in following what's within you, because that is the only truth when you come down to it. You know, and you could say ascension is my religion. That's my religion. Ascension, going within me. That's my saviour. The saviour lives within me, and that's what I follow. I didn't before this awakening. I was always looking for something else, but the awakening showed me that it's within that I need to go. But you look at like regarding the simulation. That's what you're doing right now. You're creating your own simulation reality by every thought. If you look back, you'll realise that every thought before, everything you've done has led to where you are now. And so in knowing this, you can start to manipulate your own reality by monitoring how you're behaving and change your behaviour and thoughts. And that's how you create your own reality. But I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Thank you.